Crash Course Live is presented by Smash It Demolition Derbies and the 2016 Bash for Cash. Demo Derby Masters. WinterSLAM 2016. Ultimate Derby and Blizzard Bash and Capital City Carnage. Scioppa Racing and ScioppaRacing.com. Reckless Abandon Derby Apparel at RecklessAbandonGear.com. And Derby Inc. Magazine. Live it, breathe it, be it, Derby Inc. This is the Crash Course Demolition Derby podcast, recorded live at the FingerLakes1.com studios in downtown Seneca Falls, New York. And now your host, Chris Marquardt.
Good afternoon, good evening, welcome to episode number 167. We've got a big show on deck tonight. We're going to be talking with Johnny Gullo about the 2017 May Mania event. We're going to be talking to Jeremy Gulley about the upcoming season with Spinning Wheels. And then we're also going to be talking with, in between there, we're catching up with May Ertman as well for WinterSLAM as they're preparing for that event coming up on Saturday. Full house, everybody joining us here in studio tonight. Ben Haas joining us here. Got shuffled to the table. Josh Decker over there feverishly playing Candy Crush.
I could give a shit.
I would say.
Yeah, I'm
everybody just look at him.
Hold on, I'm actually texting you a message.
What are you doing?
I just. I'm sorry, I forgot to say this out loud before. Okay.
Is this part of that stuff that we can't say out loud? Would it be really good if we did?
No, this is between him and I. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm good.
Josh,
Okay.
that's part of the plan.
Yeah, so May Mania, dude. Okay, so Johnny Gullo today is.
So I just wanted to finish our introductions. Brian Tompkins also joining us here in studio. Now that he's finished texting, he wants to be the host. Poor Josh. He just doesn't know how to fit in. Always like
You can tell he always wanted to be the cool kid in school. It never quite worked out. You know what I mean?
right back to,
Always wanted to be the cool kid. It never quite worked out for him.
right back to Candy Crushing it.
I don't even have Candy Crush.
I know it's what is it? It's Candy Crush Saga or Soda
don't
Pop
have
Saga,
that.
something
I
like
don't have
that.
any
What was the
games.
one that you were playing? With the little farmer?
He had that bouncy ball one too on one of the
Farmville?
trips.
No, it was something different. It was
Any
no.
of these games.
Pool?
No.
Jeremy Gulley making the trip up. Thankfully, he came so that we could watch us pick on Josh.
Yeah.
Jeremy's here
Oh,
to
he
talk
just
a little
did for the
bit
last
about
hour trip
yeah.
up here.
some
We
of
do
the
that
stuff-
on a regular basis.
Some of the, it's true. It's true. Does he ever call you back?
No.
No. Okay. I don't feel left out.
Yeah, I have to come to the podcast to tell him anything. It's the only time I see him.
Jesus, that's horrible.
Man,
That's
skewered right
horrible.
off the bat. It's terrible.
3.5 hour drive just to tell Josh one thing.
At least he lets you talk to him. We still have to call him Mr. Decker.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
I refuse.
So untrue. That's so untrue.
You didn't actually talk to him yet, did you, Brian?
No, you
Good.
told me I couldn't.
Good. Don't do that. Don't feed the strays.
Yeah. Where'd you hear that before?
That's harsh.
It's harsh.
You just called me a stray.
I did.
Oh, my God.
I did. Answer your phone more often. This won't happen.
Yeah.
It's true. I have a lot of people to call this week. A lot. Sorry, Gully. And Chris. Ben, I owe you a call. Sorry. I owe Mark Benjamin a call. You want me to go through the list? Let's go through my phone.
We got time.
No.
We got plenty of time.
I get inundated.
Jeremy's on. We're going to talk a little bit about the Spinning Wheels schedule for 2017, the San Filippo Smash stuff going on with Jeremy, and all the stuff. I messed that microphone up again. All the stuff going on with those guys. I got to get Johnny Gullo on the phone to talk a little bit about May Mania, which is coming up on the 13th of May in Ogden, Utah. Golden Spike Arena going to be back there. The team trucks and the team format. It is a stacked card. You guys have alluded to it a little bit, but I know
It's going to be nasty. It's going to be the driver list. I mean, some guys like Ben and I have been talking about some of the drivers. It's going to be good. And I've had people message me saying, I'm going to Utah. These are guys from out of state. I'm going to go watch. Is it like you guys keep talking about? Is
Yes.
it really?
Oh, yeah.
And
Every
I
time.
keep saying like, no, you are going to love it. You know, I've had a lot of people, probably 5 different people message me that are going there from out of state like, this better be as good as you say it. I'm like, I promise.
Yeah.
This is as good as it gets. That shit is as good as it gets out there.
I just can't wait to see Bolton on that track. I got to get a GoPro or 360 on him.
Yes.
Right.
Not on the. I don't care about what goes on the track.
Oh, he's gonna
Just to
be-
watch him.
Just to watch him.
Oh, his eyes.
When his eyes get as big
Oh
as
my
saucers.
Yeah.
I told him I'm going to Facebook Live him all day just so people can watch how nervous he is, like just jumping around and sweating and just walking and pacing.
When his eyes are the size of dinner plates,
gonna be like
and
this.
he T-bones right through the side of the other Easy Does It truck.
He's gonna be like a little kid in a donut shop
Yes,
all
he
day.
is. He'll
Be all
amped.
sugared up.
He'll be
Amped up. Be running around with chicken with his head cut off.
And then he'll be the first one out. It's like, damn it, Dan. You
Yeah,
flew 3
probably
hours
not.
away. No.
Might be the first one on his roof.
Well, that's true. Well, that's true. Paul built his truck.
I'm going to
That's a
say
good
Danny
point.
takes himself out.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Swinging him.
I swing at a miss. He's going to land up on a
Yep, swing
guardrail
and
somewhere.
He'll be 3 rows deep in the grandstands. You watch what I tell you.
I don't know.
gonna
He
be-
hits some barriers, boy. He'll
He'll
be
know
pulling
it.
his teeth off out of his freaking.
I don't think he's. I
steering
don't.
wheel.
I don't know if he's ever. His truck was hard last summer, but I don't know if he's ever quite driven something that's as hard as what it is out there.
No.
Well,
I mean, I've never driven or built to been to any of the shows out there. I can't wait to go out, really. But I've seen some of what Paul brought to Blizzard Bash 2 years ago, I think it was.
yeah.
Yes.
That thing
And
is
I mean, they
nasty.
have, some of them guys are ridiculous. But I don't know if it's this. I don't know what the build. I haven't looked at the rules to see what the build is, but
I think it's just going to be the sheer speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's-
momentum, though.
The momentum and sheer
Yeah.
speed is just going to.
But if them
Knock
trucks
him
are
stupid.
as it was at Blizzard Bash, it's a 6,400, 6,500 pound truck.
Yeah.
It's not gonna. His truck this year might have weighed 3,500. I mean, you're talking double the weight, the force, everything is going to be double, and the tracks are huge.
He's going to have a hard time running equipment Monday morning. He'll be a little sore
Well,
trying to play that
yeah.
dirt
He
stick.
better pay for his dental insurance because he's going to need it. Knock them pretty teeth right out of there. And Dan needs his teeth.
He's a pretty boy.
He would look scary without him. You hear that, Dan? You
He
better
looked-
hold on that steering wheel, boy.
He looked like everybody else in Edmiston without him.
That's true.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's awesome.
We're gonna fly home Sunday morning, I think, is what the plan is. So he's planning to go to work Monday.
Oh, dude, he's going to rethink that.
He's going to hurt so bad that morning.
Oh,
His
yeah.
neck and back and shoulders.
Well, he'll be peeing blood, too. I mean, let's be honest. He's going to get up and, be peeing blood. That's going to happen.
That's good for him.
Oh, yeah, it cleans me right out. Ask Josh about that. He did that in
oh,
Minnesota.
yeah, it was great. It was a great feeling. I couldn't take deep breaths. It was awesome. It's
What-
like,
you
should
guys
we go to
are-
the hospital or Applebee's? And Chris was like, Applebee's. It's like, yeah, you're right. Remember? I couldn't even breathe. It's like,
They had
let's
a
go to
gluten
Applebee's.
free menu at Applebee's?
At 1 in the
no,
morning
they have
in the
been-
middle of nowhere, Minnesota.
Was it
We don't even know-
Applebee's?
I thought we went to an Applebee's.
It might have been. Yeah, it might have been. No, to answer your question, Brian, they do not have a gluten-free menu there. What they have is a sheet of barbecue sauce-stained paper that indicates what had wheat in it when it left the factory, giving no indication of what fresh hell happened behind the curtain.
So you had a barbecued flavored.
He ate some napkins,
Yeah, I ate
some plastic
napkins.
silverware.
Yep. I broke
He
up a
chewed
fork.
on it.
Awesome. Did you get 3 olives at some point? That's terrible.
That was a bad. That was a crazy night.
That was the worst part of the trip.
Our trip to I think about it talking about the first trip we took to Utah. We flew out on a Saturday morning and we were back home Sunday evening. Oh, remember how rough that was?
Hey, you guys spent more time in the air than you did
We
on
slept
the
on a
ground.
marble floor of
No,
a.
thanks.
Slept on it. Marble floor of an airport. Remember? With a chair. I slept kind of in a chair. I slept on a marble
Hey, I
floor.
slept in the same spot in the airport.
Yeah, you
Same
did.
airport.
You did.
Yeah.
Ben and I walked past him. Ben's like, I slept right here. And I'm like, oh my God, that's where I slept when I was in this airport.
Yep. Oh yeah.
It was crazy. It did happen.
I was waiting
that
for
was
Bryce.
What a
Brian when Brian doesn't sleep. He gets really cranky. He was like throwing chairs around the lobby.
That could have happened.
Looking back, we should have just laid on top of Brian. We should have put you on the marble floor, and then we could have put it would have been for Chris and I, it would have been room. That marble floor, bad. We were miserable that day.
Yeah, we might have been
Holy shit.
delirious coming home the next day. It was bad.
It was
I was trying to cozy up with the audio box.
It was bad.
Yeah, it was. I remember that because by the time we got back to Salt Lake, it was like 2. And
Yeah, I mean, it's like, what do we do? Do we wait here for our 5 a.m. flight, or do we just? What time? I don't even remember when the flight left. Honestly,
it left early.
it was an
either.
early.
I think we were first flight. We were 6 or 7.
I know we beat the airport workers and the
Everybody.
TSA people to the door by a solid 5 hours.
Yeah, absolutely. That was
You
rough.
just walk right through TSA then.
That's
they
not how
have-
it works.
they have
We tried
gates
it.
and locks and
Yeah,
stuff
they had-
like that.
I walked every square foot of that airport looking for something comfortable.
I thought
Anything.
Josh just got mad at us and went and pouted somewhere when he was
I
looking
was
for someplace
pissed.
to sleep.
I walked that airport for 4 hours.
Yeah, that's about as long as I did.
It was Josh's idea.
It was.
Was it?
It was. Remember, we stopped to get something to eat, and there was like 8 cop cars. They were surrounded one dude, and we sat there at 8. We're like, "This is gonna be like
Yeah, I
a
do
live
remember that.
episode of Cops."
I do remember that.
That was
nothing
back
to the
before
purpose.
Facebook Live.
So you
Yeah.
could-
Oh, we were in
so
Facebook
you could
Live with that
Facebook
bitch.
Lived it.
Yeah, that was cool. That was fun.
We got to utilize that more.
So Jeremy, what have you got planned for this year?
Oh, well, we're
Good
gonna.
talk.
Yeah. What?
This is a good talk.
I've actually picked up some shows this year. We're gonna start out things in Boonville, May 6th. FTR, Justin Hartman, and his boys. I'm helping them out again this year. Put on a show. Doing a limited weld. 15 or 20 car limit up there. One
Yeah.
run and done. I think he's already got 5 registered. Running pretty close to the Spinning Wheels rules. They made a few changes to allow the compact guys to pull them front 2 body mounts out. And I don't allow it in my what I'm calling the economy division, but they wanted to. So they're doing that. And then we just got a call probably a week ago. And my show after FTR is going to be in Morris at the Spring Fling on June 17th. So I seen on Facebook there, Bolton actually said he's going to bring Paul out to the Spring Fling. So I guess they'll be running Spinning Wheels show there in the spring. And that was kind of a surprise. I didn't really expect that. I knew we had mentioned it back at the end of the San Filippo Smash last year, but I don't know, whatever happened, and that's going to be a Spinning Wheels show now. From there, we go to, I picked up Honesdale this year. That is on the...
Is that PA?
Yeah, Honesdale, PA. That is on the 4th of August. It's a Friday night. We'll be running all 3 divisions there.
Is Josh going to be building Illumina or something to take down there?
Actually,
I don't know.
you got a youth show, you said, right?
I don't know. We're
Oh. You told me to ask him that.
I'm trying to get my kid in wherever I can.
yeah. Well, we're still working out some details on the Honesdale show. I'm hoping to
I'm done
do
listening to you.
a youth show in
Done.
Honesdale, but we are going to do the full size trucks. We are going to do the economy stock or economy V8 and the compacts, and then we go from there. The 24th of August is a show at GDS down in Newfoundland, Pennsylvania. And then the 2nd of September, we have another show at GDS. And those schedules will be up on the website here very soon as to what classes are running what nights and the payouts. And then we finish the year at the San Filippo Smash. I believe it's going to be September 30th this year was the date. We're going to try to do the second one. Got some exciting things coming up for that. We're still working on some things to some new things to go there. But just like last year, it's going to be a cleanup show.
All the blessings of the foundation at this point still
Yeah.
intact?
Yep. We're actually in the works to do we've got something started right now, so that we can control where the funds are going.
Cool.
We're going to start our own 501c3, and that way we can, if we want to donate $15,000 to this person or this to Team San Filippo, they're still going to be the major benefactor to that show. But say a new San Filippo family can't get a wheelchair, they can contact us and we can divvy funds out. Or if a San Filippo family is fortunate enough to get into a trial but they can't afford to travel, they can contact us and we can dictate. We can send them $1,000 or whatever it is they need for travel.
Trial meaning some sort of medical trial.
Yep, there's a couple trials that the kids can get into when they're younger,
Yeah.
and it's very costly.
Right.
Doing our tax stuff this last week, we went through and had $32,000 worth of denied insurance claims.
Wow. Oh.
Christ.
So you can it can get expensive, and it's when Jody and I started to talk about our own 501c3 just to be able to help other families with the money that's raised. We're trying to go bigger and better with sponsorships, and hopefully we can do that and get that off the ground. But yeah, I'm kind of excited about the season, really. I mean,
Yeah, you got a lot of shows. That's good.
yeah,
Very, very busy schedule.
busy.
Hey, you there?
And of course, we're planning on running. I'm still trying to run some shows.
That'll never happen.
My kid's running. We're going to go support John King up at Utica Rome on April 2nd. Gonna run.
Cool.
Kylie's going to run up there. She's going to run another PT Cruiser.
She did pretty good in the last one.
Yeah, she's building it. She got it in the garage. She threw my Imperial out. She says, "Dad, this thing's got to go. It's taking up too much space." So
Nice.
we pulled that out.
Decker, you wouldn't really consider bringing your kid's car to one of Gully's show. I mean, you wouldn't want to bring a cheated up car to Gully's show. Wouldn't you feel bad?
I'll load his
Seriously?
ass.
I'll do it all day.
I mean, seriously,
Friend
wouldn't
to
you feel a
friend.
little bad?
Are we talking friends here?
It's business, isn't it? Or is it friend to friend?
It don't matter. He's gonna if Trent drives like Josh, you get junked anyways.
That's
There.
true.
Trent's going 1-for-1, son. Right over your daughter. Sherman's daughter did do it.
Yep.
In Hartford, no steering wheel.
Yep.
No steering. Sherman's daughter did it. We'll pick up more on the San Filippo stuff in a minute. Joining us on the hotline here, we've got Johnny Gullo checking in. Johnny, how are you?
Howdy, boys. Or should I say howdy, y'all, from the West Coast.
Is that what they say out there? I haven't come across anybody in Utah that said y'all.
Yeah.
I thought that was Texas.
So did I.
You didn't hang around the cowgirls enough.
You are correct.
You must be still delirious from the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl was a hard one, wasn't it?
Sons of bitches cost me $1,200.
Ouch.
Yikes.
Ouch.
So May Mania right around the corner, coming up on the 13th of May. We're at the Golden Spike Arena again. Looking forward to getting out there for that. The lineup is absolutely stacked. The truck's taking shape as another must-see event. You guys got to be pretty happy with how the reception's gone so far.
Well, I tell you what, we were gone on vacation, and I told everyone we were going to do registration on the 1st, and then I postponed it to the 5th. I got home, I had like 2 registrations, and I emailed them back and says, got them, you're all good to go, and within the next 2 hours I was full. Word of mouth just filled it.
Wow.
Good
That's
news
cool.
travels fast, huh?
Yeah.
That's cool.
That was just crazy. Now we're exciting. If you look at the names on the list, they're all hitters.
Yep.
And Josh is excited about getting back out there.
Love it out there.
Oh, Josh, I got good news for you.
I'm listening.
Is he there?
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Dalton bought a house, so I have a room to rent, so you can move out anytime.
I like the sound of that. We'll work something out. I could definitely live out there.
You could be
We're
Johnny's pool boy.
excited. We're loaded. We got a new heat we just announced. I think you saw that one. We're going to have a little experimental fun with the front-wheel drive class.
The front wheel drive class is intriguing. Now we've been out there before, and the conversation's always been that the front wheel drive cars, they just don't draw. People aren't into them. They're not embracing them quite the same.
Pissed off weed eaters.
So what's the incentive to these guys to come and dip their toe in and try this class?
Well, the incentive is you can find the cars for about $100 anywhere and everywhere out here.
Yep.
Number one, and then we just took the $3,000 and we're going to let them figure out what they want to do with it. I'm suggesting that they put $500 towards Mad Dog and split the rest evenly. That'll pay for the car and the build, and just going to be a light chain and bang type style. And as it's an experiment, and say, have at it, boys.
Johnny,
gear.
they're going to be hitting each other
Third
at 70.
gear.
They'll be flying.
Be able to hit like
Crazy.
third gear going across there.
That
They're
heat's
gonna
going to be
race
like
each other.
6 minutes.
We
Yeah.
hit second gear out here, and we got tiny tracks compared to out there.
Man, that's going to be.
Yeah, they're gonna. Whew. I think they should leave
Ouch.
the airbags in.
That's only one. That's only one shot. It'll protect them though. It's
One and done.
one
That's all they're
done.
going to get.
That's all
One
they're
shot.
gonna get. They get an arena shot on somebody.
cool.
They're going to want it.
Wow.
Wow, that's
That's
crazy.
pretty cool, right?
That's very cool.
That's awesome. And
I think my
$3,000.
funnest phone call so far was Robbie Layton hadn't committed in last year's Mad Dog, and I posted all the team names and I put his name on there, and he called me up cussing. He says, "Damn it! Now I got to drive."
That's awesome.
I don't see our defending champions on the list.
No, that all the last years had 30 days prior to registration opening to sign up, and we only had 11 returning teams.
Right off the top, at the top of the second column, TJ McPhee teaming up with Case Barker, rather. And the Reckless Racing entries right into them. Scott Mannering is going to be back. He's teaming up with Warren Funk. The list just keeps going and going and going. We're going to see Cody Wing and Chris Hayter out there, Derek and Tyson Shelley running together.
Yeah.
We talked a second ago about the Mad Dog team, Brad Bowman and Robbie Layton coming back, Gronenveld and Dave Kemsley. They're back again this year. Junior Sukkot and Randy Mikowski going to be there. Troy Tagg and Cody Young working together. Andrew Tagliabashi and Daniel Baum going to be on the same team.
Nice.
It's stacked. Dalton going to be teaming up with Daniel Grange again this year.
And we got a
Dare you to pick it.
whole chunk of guys coming out of Montana this year,
Yeah, there's a whole list of them. Garrett
and
Powell,
Washington.
Garrett Powell and Austin Moore running together. Ryan and Travis Erickson, both out of Montana. Willie Lochner and Chris Moore out of Montana. J.C. Lawrence and Kenny Gilbertson. That's the tandem out of Washington. A couple of the other Montana cars, Eric White and Gary Dean. Wayne Van Lant and Tim Schubert, both out of Washington. And another Washington-Montana combo, Bradley Hamner and Jordan Hastings. So, yeah, good population coming out of that Washington-Montana loop.
Definitely.
So, Johnny, do you think your Utah drivers will stick together for a while to keep all these out-of-staters from taking their money home? Because that's a lot of out-of-staters coming in.
I don't know, man. I don't know if they can stick together the way it breaks out. I mean, there may only be 2 teams in the heat if they're lucky.
Yeah.
Right.
What are the
Sorry,
odds?
who was last year's winners? I'm drawing a blank.
Ponzer and Fetro.
Oh,
But
right.
yeah, Ponzer and Fetro.
Jeez, why?
They kicked off Ponzer's. Ponzer had a killer year last year.
Right.
Yeah, he did.
Ponzer won that. He won Mandan, and
Right.
then he won the team show. And
I'm sorry, I was drawing a blank there. Yeah, those guys were killing it last
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, I'm sure he enjoyed his 1099 this year.
Yeah.
But like Willie, those Montana guys like Willie Lochner coming down, that whole group. I mean, they're gonna be as
It's a
tough as
group.
Ponzer's
Little,
group.
Little Willie, I met for the first time at our show last year, and he does nothing but want to finish his car off in the heat.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, he just drove nuts, and I'm looking at this little kid, and I'm going, God, you're like 80 pounds wet, and you're just like
Smoking
floor
stuff.
to the metal and gone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
we're going to see those guys a lot this year because
Yeah.
we get to go see them run in Mandan.
that's gonna be awesome too.
Right after this, we turn around. A couple weeks later, we go to Mandan.
There's so many amazing drivers up in that area. There really is. There's a lot of area to cover over that way, but those guys start moving state to state. There's a lot of great battles that could happen out there. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be real good.
Actually, to your comment to the Utah, it's actually going to be funny because the Montana guys are probably worse than the Utah guys. They hate each other.
In the sense of trying to take.
Some of them guys
Drive
should probably,
12 hours,
some of
beat
these,
each other
yeah,
up.
some of these guys should probably come
There
to the
might be
shows
some
because these other
sliding
guys
in
go.
there from some of the other teams because the Montana guys are going to go after each other.
Awesome. That's awesome. I love that stuff.
So we're going to see some intrastate warring in the grudges if the cards fall right.
That's
Oh,
cool.
that's
Oh, absolutely.
So how's
And I
that
don't know
gonna?
if you saw, we doubled the prize money on all the trucks, and we're doing the team trucks. That one's full.
Yeah, the truck show is going to be pretty sweet too with
That'll
Paul Cox, Dan Bolton driving together, Taylor Stock and Nate going to be
driving
working together. Aaron Merritt, Paul Woody, Clint Chaston, Matt Wetzel,
Paul's on his own.
Josh and Ozzie Jensen Tripler Bronson Twitchell going to be in the truck. Eric
Tripler's in
Scott.
the truck?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Tripler Bronson Twitchell on the same team.
Tripler's a Punisher. You better watch that guy, Dan.
Brian Proctor and Wooten Redmond, and then Eric Scott and Robert Balfour. That's the 8 teams that are comprising the truck bracket, which, I mean, it's just going to be crazy. I mean, think about opening round is going to could potentially have a head-on shot between Bolton and Tripler. You know what I mean? Yeah, right off the bat.
Well, if anyone remembers Tripler from when the last time we were in Utah, he was driving that Cadillac that he was killing people. I mean, we were losing our mind. And that car was so bent, he just kept going. And then he walked all the way across the track and got out and said, I ran hard just because I wanted to run hard on TV. And then just walked away. And we were like, that guy's awesome. That guy is awesome.
Yep.
He's a hitter, man. That'll be.
I can't remember. Who was the guy that broke his arm last year? Didn't somebody
Derek
mess up?
Shelley broke his ribs, right?
Yeah, I think it was
ribs?
Shelley. I
Yeah.
think Shelley
Yeah.
broke his rib or I think it was his rib.
Yeah.
It's fine.
He took a nasty shot.
He was going around showing everybody. You can feel it.
The other guy hit. No, he was the one that hit the guy, or he's the one that got hit?
He got hit.
He got hit, and the other guy
Yeah.
knocked himself out when he hit him.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
what it was. That's what it was. So, Johnny, you allowing 03s in this one?
No 03s.
No 03s. Smart move, I think.
And
right?
that's a dual function. I mean, you guys have been out here now. We don't see a lot of them out here. And just to be fair to the drivers and fair to the inspectors, we don't know a whole bunch about them, so we just figure it's fair for both sides.
Smart.
Just to keep them out for now until we learn a little bit more about them.
Well, and I mean, you did let them in the Halloween Havoc, which is kind of more open rules, but them 03s were punishing people, right?
Oh yes.
So
yeah.
I kind of agree with you, Johnny. I agree.
Did you
with
see
you.
Ben's face when you said punishing?
They weren't they, Ben? Holy cow. I mean, there were some old 3s. We were watching some hits that's like, oh my God, thank God I'm not in that car. I mean, there's some, those old 3s are game changers.
Yeah, but you're fragile.
I am sensitive. I don't want to get hit by an old 3 on a Utah track, I'll tell you that.
How about an El Camino? Would you
I'll
mind-
take that. That I'd be okay with.
I'm more than content to pass on that.
I don't think I want
No, we got El Caminos that run. Popeye runs them all the time. He started running them in the first, and they're actually tough little cars.
Well, they took out a cattle fence effortlessly.
So, Johnny, besides 03s and Imperials, those are the only 2 cars you can't really have, right? No Imperials.
Yeah, other than that, the ambulances and all the limousine stuff, the normal.
Yeah.
But we're hoping we can talk a little bit about the new stadium that's getting built for September.
Please.
That's going to be crazy, and we just put our offer together for them. If they come back, this is going to be another huge show, but this is a 10,000-seat state-of-the-art stadium they're building that'll be open for us. We'll be the first big event in there.
So it's a 10,000 seat stadium that's built similar to what the Golden Spike is. So it's gonna be the Utah Coliseum.
Holy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Which is what we want, more seats.
Right.
How many does Golden Spike hold again?
5.
Oh, my gosh. You're
it's
going to
just
double
another
it?
bowl. Another bowl.
Oh,
It's just
my
another
God.
bowl. Yeah.
There's so many people there.
That's awesome.
10,000 people. Holy.
Imagine a roar in there.
Johnny, do you think you could fill 10,000? 10,000 is so many.
Oh, yeah, we'll fill it. I'm
Oh, my
positive
gosh.
we'll fill it. It's partially covered, like a soccer stadium is, so it'll hold in the noise even more.
Wow.
Yeah, they got jumbotrons, and it's going to be
What town's this in?
sweet.
Because that's a town I'm moving to. Right? I mean, this is where I want to do it forever. That's awesome, Johnny.
How far is that from?
Oh, well, we're hoping with as fast as this one filled up this year, I think we're going to move it to a 2-day show next year, allow more teams in. We knew it was going to take 2 or 3 years to happen, and hopefully we don't disappoint this year, and we can go bigger and better next year.
Do you think
Maybe even move into that bigger stadium.
Do you think that a team draw is a larger draw when you're trying to do one of these bigger shows, or do you like more doing the, every guy on his own?
I think this one is because it's out of the box. For us, it's the first one in the season. Everybody's been just sitting and waiting.
Yep.
Gives them all year to prep for it. We try doing the 4-man and 3-man. The 2-man just seems to work better because everybody's got that brother, friend, cousin, nephew.
Yep.
dependent on 4 guys, as you know, just
Sucks.
pulling your hair out because something always happens. Somebody always bails.
Yes. And you probably get less teams dropping out when it's two
guys?
teams of
Two
2.
guys,
Yeah, because
yeah.
teams of 4, I mean, if one guy backs out, then everyone's getting all nuts, you know. You probably...
Well, with the 2-man, I mean, let's face it, derbies are kind of half-ass team events anyways, but at least with a 2-man, from an out-of-state
got a reason.
perspective, you're not as afraid to come out of state if you know you've got
At least
at
one
least
backup.
one buddy
Yeah.
in your crew, you
That's a
know.
good point.
Right.
And I don't know how many cars are on the track at once to start with, but if you're going out there with 2 or 3 or 4 teams, at least you know you got somebody with you.
That's true.
You know.
Except poor Paul Cox, he's going out there by
Yeah, he's
himself.
going by
'cause
himself.
Dano's
Dan's-
going to hit him
He
on
don't care.
go.
Dan's gonna have the blinders on right out of the blocks.
Yeah.
He's
So yeah, we're excited. We hope to have tickets on sale the 1st of March. Anyone coming out, you got the print out there. You can share the hotel information.
got. If I hadn't closed it,
If you need some track help, Ben and I are always
Yeah,
willing.
we're already set for that.
I'll
we're
track.
set.
We'll help you prep the track every derby. That was a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah.
let's see.
Did Ben
try to
teach you how
get
to drive a tractor?
We'll try to get it
I don't
done
drive a
earlier
tractor.
this time.
Ben
Try
and
to
I,
beat our time this time.
yeah, Ben and I went on like a voyage through the city in heavy equipment.
You didn't know where we were
In
going.
heavy equipment. Johnny's
Hey,
like,
just
just go.
go down around the corner. It's down around the corner.
It's like we're on a highway right now. I don't know.
That's like over. That's like over the hill in Owego.
Yeah, it was fun.
No, it was a blast. It was a good time.
I had a really
We
good
had a lot of
time.
fun.
Yeah, right here we've got it's the front wheel drive 80s and newer class. It's $3,000 payout there. Ideally, the suggestion to them, they're going to have that money to split up however they want. $500 is the suggestion for Mad Dog. Split the money the rest of the way. Details, you can reach them at sterndirtracing.com. Again, the date, May the 13th, Golden Spike Arena in Ogden, Utah, 7 o'clock start time, $42,500 on the line through the width and breadth of this event. We've got $5,000 Mad Dog.
$5,000 Mad Dog.
Yep, $5,000 Mad Dog, the Team Thunderstruck Award, named after Team Thunderstruck from last year. Prize money for the trucks was changed: $4,000 to win now, $2,000 for second, $1,000 for third, and $1,000 to the Mad Dog.
Wow.
So that's some serious coin.
Wow.
And we were already full when I made that decision. I didn't do that to get more drivers.
That's awesome,
That's
Johnny.
insane.
I just wanted to reward them for that.
There's also a block at the Motel 6, which is right across the street. And check out the Motel 6. That also shares the parking lot with the Big Flying J and Outlaw Saloon Bar. Plenty of room for all the rigs. They only had about 90 rooms left when we got involved with that. So act fast if you're going to act, because that's
There are other hotels around, but there's some big convention going on in town. So if you're planning on coming out, at least call and reserve it. If you're not sure, get it reserved. You can always cancel and make sure you got a place to stay.
because you're going to want to stay. Not because you're going to be out late, because everybody wrecks their stuff so fast.
I know, right? So, Johnny, I'm sorry, in that compact class,
I was just going to ask.
does the rules only say 80s and newer front-wheel
Front-wheel
drive?
I was just
Because
going
I
to
can
ask
slip
that.
a bunch of cars in that.
North Star V8
Tornadoes?
Cadillacs,
You can take like an 80
Tornadoes.
Tornado in that.
Well, we were toying around with a mid-size class. You know, there's not that many mini cars left anymore,
Right.
and there's those Luminas and stuff like that. The
Yeah.
Tornadoes that nobody really wants to derby. That they're either a shitty car or they're just too small to go in the big class, too big to go in the small class.
Yep.
And we were just kind of toying around with it. So we just threw out the front-wheel drive. Gumby just bought 2 of them for $100 a piece, and it's just an experiment. If it works, great. It's no different than our passenger team show that we did, with the girls and the
Yeah.
female driver with the brake and the male driver with the gas pedal. Did the same thing there. We threw out $3,000 at them, and just to get them in there to
Just threw out
see what fun it was. And 3 years later, it's grown into its own animal. And yeah, we had 12 cars last year with $5,000-$6,000 in payout for a one and done. And
Yeah. Right.
but as you guys know, you travel around. The cars are disappearing. You got to get a little more creative and allow it. I'd like to get into some like minivans or mini trucks and start playing around with some of that stuff also. So
Pain in a box.
Minivans on them on
No.
that track.
No. Death Valley. No.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's.
Them Astro fans, they'd be.
But you know,
Yeah.
Johnny, I could only
Oh my
see that
God.
growing out there because in our area, I mean, in an event that you get 40 V8s, you'd get 100 compacts. There's, like you were saying, they're everywhere. So I can't see that class anything but growing. Really.
So minivan class for like Jeep Cherokees and Nissan Blazers.
Oh no!
Ford
Don't do
Explorers.
it. Don't do it.
Our compacts are non-existent. I think Havoc you were at, we opened up because I had 4 guys that wanted to run it. I'm like, yeah, come on. And then all of a sudden we what we end up with 16.
15,
Yeah.
right.
Stupid like that. And they were all from out of state. They weren't even from Utah.
But that was fun to watch. That was like a pretty
that was
fun.
fun.
What's not going
They
to
had
be fun
rear-wheel
about it? They're
drive.
going to be doing 30 mile an hour,
Exactly.
50 mile an hour hitting each other,
Exactly.
for God's sake.
That's why it was fun.
But the people in the stands loved it.
Loved it.
Yeah, you're going to see shit get bent.
Yeah.
It's got to. They got no choice.
It looked like a tornado went through a freaking junkyard.
It
Really.
did.
Like a tornado at Gumpy's place.
It did. It's so true.
Man.
But yeah, I mean that's definitely the fans are into it. I mean if the crowd's into it, I mean they always looking for something to get their attention a little bit more.
What I always thought about the compacts is it gets the younger guys who don't have quite the knowledge to build the bigger cars into the compacts. The problem is the young guys get into compacts. It's cheap enough for them to get in. They never get out of them. They never go to the V8s.
Right.
They never, it's.
That's what happened with the
I
sportsman
think that
cars.
them when you get hit with one of them compacts, it hurts.
Yeah.
I think a lot more than a truck or a V8 ever thought of.
No, wait a minute. Wait 1 minute. Wait,
Go ahead, Chris. Jump in here.
let me jump in here real quick because I was with you in a truck,
Chris,
and
you're
I
excited.
specifically remember that guy right there saying, "Oh no, try a compact. It's way softer, much softer landing. It's not a
way.
big deal."
Fine, Chris.
But wait a minute.
What?
Were you sore after that run when you ran with Chris?
No. But I was.
just think you're soft.
I just think it's a passenger that gets the shit kicked out
They
of
do.
him.
All right, just check.
Because
They do.
when I drove in the same exact truck with Dan driving, I was sore.
Well, that's what we were.
a good
the
answer.
bruise from the middle of your back to your
Yep.
past your ass. Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that picture. That was impressive.
I didn't bruise. I
No,
broke.
it's because it bled out.
Split.
It's because it bled
Yeah.
out. If it's inside, it's a bruise. Outside, it's bleeding.
Thanks. My leg didn't bleed. It didn't bleed hardly at all.
No, I didn't see it.
No,
anyways.
once it gets the bone, there's nothing left to bleed.
No,
it was a,
splintered.
it was a clean
Shattered. Clean?
puncture wound.
We're gonna discuss that when the show's over. Clean nothing.
I got to get going. I got 2 more things to say, and one thing, back to the drivers. I'm working on sponsors because one of the things we like to do is, you saw it last year. We had Coke sponsor and Cora sponsor, and we give money to the drivers to run those flags. So I'm going to start rounding up some of those for all the drivers to give them some extra cash. That's a cool thing we like to do. And then number 2, I plan on coming back. Hopefully, what's Monday after the 14th? Got a calendar there?
Monday after the 14th of
February.
February is the 20th of May or 20th of February.
All right, so I might be back on the 20th of February with some very intriguing news on a new development going on.
Sounds good to me.
There you go.
Nice.
You always got a spot. Just let me know. We'll give you a call. I'll be looking forward to
Okay.
it.
All right, guys, I got to get back to work. I got a restaurant to build if you haven't seen the pictures. So,
We saw it.
Nice.
Looked like a lot of work.
Well, keep it up. We'll be in touch. Thank you so much.
hey, we'll talk to you in a bit, guys.
We'll see
Thank
you
you.
later.
Hey, Johnny.
Bye-bye.
There goes Johnny Gullo.
You can't not but get excited about his shows. You
Oh,
can't
I
not.
know.
You
Just-
just cannot.
From a guy that has run the East Coast pretty much my entire life. I ran a little bit in the Midwest when I was that way. But to hear the numbers, there's just 10,000 people. It's crazy. Could you there's no venue in New York where you
Never.
can fit 5,000.
Nope.
Say nothing about 10,000.
Nope.
And I think if New York had a venue big enough, they could probably do some damage. But
Right.
we also have a ton of small county fair derbies. Out there, their county fair is like 6 counties of ours put together.
True.
You
Telling
got to
you.
drive
Their county
3
fairs,
hours.
Their county fairs are the big standalone show.
Right.
I mean, here we've got the standalone shows on
True.
the front and back of the season. Then we got the county fair season in the middle. Their county fairs are the standalone
Yes.
shows.
But
Yes,
their
good
counties,
point.
what I'm saying, their counties, it's
big.
4 hours from one end of the county to the other.
Right.
Christ,
Yes,
we
it's-
could drive. You could drive through Broome,
Tioga,
Delaware,
Chemung.
and Otsego County
5
In half
within an
hour.
hour.
Yeah.
You know,
You absolutely can.
so it's in all those counties. Every little county has its own fair. So there's derbies on top of derbies. You know, it's.
Oh, you
There's
wait, till
derbies-
you wait till you get out there when that bowl's filled out there.
I've never been.
It's
I've been to Salt Lake, but never to
You got to go to the
arenas.
Golden Spike sometime.
unreal.
And that's the 5,000 seater. The 10,000 seater, I didn't catch.
And the numbers that he's throwing out, $6,000 for 8 teams. That's. I think that's what the truck was.
Yeah.
That's crazy money. You know, it's.
The one thing
But
about out there
attendance
is
is-
it's supported by the fairs, by the fans,
Yes.
by the drivers.
But it's
just
a whole lot easier when you got 5,000 people coming
in
through the
the
gate.
Without a doubt, without a doubt. But we could have that many people at a show around here, but
No,
why
we
don't
can't.
we get the support? Why not? There's just as many people in the same square
We don't
footage
have
area.
this. What are you going to do? Have people sitting on laps?
No, I'm saying if there was a 10,000.
It's got to go
Seat
back to
arena.
the adage: if you build it, they will come.
know.
If you don't have the seating and you sell 5,000 tickets to a 3,000 seat venue, you're going to have 2,000 pissed off individuals because got no
Definitely.
place to stand, no place to
Definitely.
sit.
Right.
I got two things that can argue that point. Last year and the year before at WinterSLAM, they had 2,500 seats and they had 4,000 people there. Right?
Sure, you can do it.
And on top of that, every one of these fairs that we go to has seating for at
500.
least 500, 600, 700 more people than attend it. And they don't sell out at the standalone shows. The fairs themselves, they're packed, but you don't get any money squeezed out of it to kick back to the drivers because the Derby is supporting everything. The Derby is the structure for the entire budget of the fair. Whereas the standalone shows, you don't have the pressure of rides and insurance and food vendor and all the volunteers and all the other stuff that goes along with it.
Definitely.
So,
it's-
do you want
it's
to
a-
break the news yet that you're designing a standalone stadium for Demolition Derby? Or was
That
supposed
information's
to
not
be-
coming out yet.
We've been talking about that forever.
I just wondered. I mean, you know,
Somebody hits the lottery.
Just remember that Josh keeps telling me daily.
The Derby
daily.
Mecca.
not me
this
if
is a
I
I
great
just
idea.
was telling him about it. I am building this motherfucker. I'm telling you, I'm
Oh,
building
this
it.
one won't be on the TV now. Thanks a lot, Josh.
Sorry,
Ben
I didn't
hasn't
say the whole
sworn in
word.
2 weeks.
I didn't say the whole word.
He swore like the second sentence he said.
What did he
So
say?
you've done it twice, and Johnny got a couple in too.
Yeah.
Hey, for
building
the
it.
record,
Apparently
if I
they're
win the
not-
lottery, I'm going hunting. I'm not going
This is
Derby.
a rated
Just,
R
you know,
episode.
What did you say, Brian?
so if I win the lottery, I'm going hunting.
Say it again.
If I win the lottery, I'm going hunting.
I should punch you right in the mouth.
That's non-Derby dedicated.
Go on the hunting podcast. Son of a bitch.
I'm not.
You're
starting
building an
a-
arena.
I don't
You are
know.
too. You are building an arena.
I don't
when
want.
you
I don't have a 175-inch deer in my living room yet, so I'd have to go kill something.
He grew that one.
I have no doubt.
Corn
No
fed
doubt.
it.
It had its own collar. with
That's something you
tags.
would have seen out west. I mean, you would have let
He-
that walk, but
He probably shot it off a preserve and took the tag out of its ears. What he did.
I did notice a funny
wish.
spot on its ear.
You guys wish.
Taxidermy fixed it so you didn't see the hole.
That's a real hunter.
Probably true.
When the taxidermist did it, they asked how to fix the fur where the collar had grown in tight around its neck. From
Yeah.
where it was
They
tethered
wanted to
out.
know if they wanted to take the Cabela's tag off the back of it.
Yeah.
That's not how I remember it going down.
You don't remember anything in your life, and you live in a reality all your own.
It's very true. That's very true.
Oh man,
What are you doing now?
I'm not allowed to go hunting anymore because apparently you can't do that at petting zoos. Anyway, I got to get Matt Ertman.
While you do that, can I pitch an idea?
Go ahead. You're Josh
go
Decker.
ahead.
Thank you.
Let's hear it.
Ben,
Well,
please,
you got.
please say anything, anything right now.
It's actually a great idea. It's about San Filippo. We
You know
were
what?
we
Oh,
were
yeah.
touching
We were
base.
You don't want me
talking
saying
about
nothing.
I got a pitch. I just want people to think
Okay,
about it,
let's
okay?
hear it.
And we'll just go
Let's
for a
hear
few
it.
minutes.
Go for it.
It's come up, and we have an idea. We want to take at San Filippo, get
Let's
a couple.
give Buell actually Buell had the idea originally.
I know, but I don't like to give him credit.
Okay.
So
Fair
Gully
enough.
had this idea, and what we want to do is get a couple sponsors to donate a couple cars. Let's say a couple teams of groups of two. Two Luminas here, two Luminas here, two Luminas here.
Build them out in the pits.
We're going to build them at the track. So Gully, Buell, we are going to get 6, let's say 6, 8, whatever. We'll get some cars at the track, and we're going to preset some teams. Teams of, hypothetically, let's say 10. You can bring 10 guys. 2 of you are going to be drivers, but you only get your 10 guys, and whatever tools you want to bring. You can bring your welders. You can bring your torches. But you're going to have 4 hours to build both cars in front of everybody. This is going to be just everyone's going to watch it. They'll build it. Then we have another idea, which I think I don't want to release yet, but then we'll have them go out in Derby right in front of everybody in cars that they built right then. What does everyone think about that? I think it would be a good idea because crowd would enjoy watching people actually build cars at the track. They'd be bone stock. It would just be a heat of bone stock, no cages or anything. But wouldn't it be cool to get a group of 10 of you and just say yeah, we can build a team of cars in 4 hours. There's always people complaining about how stock shows
Not
are
one, not one car, 2 cars.
2 cars you got to build.
Right.
Your team's
2
got to build 2 cars.
in 4 hours.
Right. But the crowd could go past. They could start watching. They could go eat. They could come back. They could watch the progress. Then at the end, we got an idea. And then we'll throw them on the heat and just watch them smash each other. Totally fun.
That sounds
Paid
really
for
cool.
by
Sounds kinda
sponsors. But it'd be just to add to the event, I was thinking.
Yeah, because we need more. I only had 200 cars last time.
Yeah. Remember, you left
I'm trying to
early,
fill the
Josh.
day. Well,
Yeah,
I don't
you
get to
left
leave.
early, Josh.
I
Fill
don't
the
get
day.
to leave this year. I don't get to leave early this year. But we want 300 cars. We had 200. Let's get 300. Let's just make Gully's day insanely long.
Chris, you're busy that day?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
I
am.
thought so.
I don't know what day it is. I guarantee I will find something to do.
The show ended at 11:30 at night.
Yeah.
We could definitely go till 3:30 in the morning.
No, we can't.
Why
All
is
day
that
long.
fun?
Perfect. Yeah.
What the hell's wrong
No,
with
we're
you?
going to start earlier this year.
Have to.
Perfect.
Yeah, we're going to start earlier, about an hour earlier.
Perfect. I was
So
able
I'm
to
thinking-
sleep for an hour in a park.
We were.
Now I'll be able to just roll right in.
That's your problem. You looked like you did too. I remember.
Jeremy,
Remember you pulled in and you drove over his foot?
I knew exactly what I was doing. Just so you know.
Gully was standing there and Chris just pulls in with his van and literally drives right over his foot. Like, doesn't even...
Didn't even
so-
acknowledge.
That's so screwed
Can't
up.
say he couldn't see me, for God's sakes.
I still have a picture of it. It was hilarious. It had
And
the
then he
marks on his
stopped.
boot and everything.
Hang on, one second. Jeremy said I didn't acknowledge it. As a matter of fact, I got out of the car, walked around in front of it, and gave a thumbs up, like Decker did,
I
right on
swear
top
I
of
have
the
that
foot.
picture still. It was so funny. Oh, shit.
So what was it like when he drove over your foot? Not too
Ain't the
bad.
first time I've been run over.
It's a minivan. It didn't hurt him at all. If I got him with the back tires where all the equipment was, it probably would have made him go, stop. Jeremy Ertman joining us on the hotline, getting ready for NAPA WinterSLAM coming up on the 11th. It's coming up Saturday, 2 o'clock start time for that. Jeremy, is everything all ready to go?
Yeah, right.
You got some great weather coming to you this weekend.
We got a few things going on this week with unseasonably warm temperatures. So we might have a mushy facility for the weekend. So it's kind of a new venture that we're going to have to deal with.
How warm is it supposed to be this weekend?
40s and 50s.
Wow. Wow.
Heat wave.
50s.
I'm not upset by that, but I know they were counting on having that track super hard and frozen through. But I mean, all the same, I got to believe that your fan attendance is going to be just incredible if the weather's going to be that nice.
Chris will be in shorts and the tank tops in Minnesota.
Oh, yeah, Minnesota. That's springtime.
Brian will.
Absolutely.
Brian's going to be wearing exactly what he's wearing right now.
Pretty close. I might wear boots if it's going to be muddy.
Moccasins.
I
Just
got some
go
hunting
barefooted.
boots. I could do that too.
No,
Everything aligning the way that we were projecting. Nobody's dropped out. No big changes to the entry lists or anything like that.
No, there's been no surprises. Everything's going good on Randy's behalf. Things are starting to come together. If anybody's having any problem with the Best Western up in Mankato, they've changed ownership and leadership and everything like 3 or 4 times in the last couple months. So we apologize for anybody's inconvenience up there. Other than that, some little bit of track preparations. Maybe have to move some water. I guess my biggest feat for the week in preparation is going to be getting rid of water and making sure Randy's got a decent place to tack all the cars, just for the simple fact that as we go on towards the week and it's going to get warmer and warmer, we're going to have a little bit of a water problem. The track, I talked to Brandon today. Brandon Thomas is the main guy up there at the Nicollet County Ag Society that we're dealing with, and Brandon's kind of the guy that got us in there. And he said everything kind of looks pretty good. We have a few trouble spots, but other than that, we're in great shape for the week. Should be pretty minimal preparation work, other than moving a little bit of water and making sure we ain't got some mud puddles out there for everybody to walk through. We got great food coming this weekend. Smoking Bros, I don't know if you guys checked that out last year, but phenomenal food. We got breakfast starting in the morning at 8 o'clock, 8:30, something like that, in the Johnson Hall building. The vending is coming through. A lot of people jumping on the fence the last week or so, coming through in the vending spots. Picked up ski,
In the last week, he'll be there. We got Jonathan Hughes, just a few to touch the top of the list with a bunch of great others. So the food, the weather, the vendors, I mean, it's all coming together. We got a new facility. It's way better. I'm telling you, it's all coming together, and it's going to be one great show for everybody, I hope.
Well, class paying $2,000 to win, stock 80s $1,000 to win, trucks and compacts $1,000 in each. Hard hitters in each class $300 and a trophy. Longest tow is $100. Second longest $75. Best paint's $100. Build questions go to Randy Wislowski 507-327-1944. Grounds vendor information, and you can send that right to Jeremy 507-525-4290. Napa Auto Parts WinterSLAM 2017 at the Nicollet County Fairgrounds on the 11th of February, St. Peter, Minnesota. I'm looking forward to getting up there, especially with some of the conversations that we've had this week with some of the folks that are getting their cars finished. It's going to be another awesome one, and it sounds like the weather is working in your favor, attendance wise. Hopefully, you can get the water situation straightened out. You guys are good. You guys know how to handle the grounds. You'll be fine.
Yep, and that's all. I mean, we'll make sure it's the best facility that we can possibly, just like in the past. We'll make sure. It'll be a professionally put on show, and it'll be the best conditions that we can deal with. Every year presents a new project. No year is twice the same, I should say. And but the track's always been good. I promise you, the track will be in the best condition that we can have it in. The ground's going to be a little bit mushy for everybody, so I'll make sure everybody's bringing maybe some muck boots or whatever. There's nothing I can do about that, to be expected. I'm sure the attendance is going to start feeling early, so make sure everybody's there early. With the warm temperatures, I think it's just going to be a spectacular day.
Jeremy, let me ask you, track conditions-wise, because I hear what you're saying, and I'm just thinking it through. Let's say it does get 50, and you're getting that muck, that greasy muck on top of the track. Do you just go and scrape it and hope that you get to the frozen stuff underneath, or would you leave it?
Well, here's kind of my plan for the week. I might scrape it off Wednesday, and even because they're talking a little bit of precipitation possibly tomorrow, so I might scrape it off on Wednesday, and then I might let it just do itself and nobody touch it for a couple of days, and maybe we can get that top to dry up a little bit for a couple of days.
Right.
I'm going to have to check it on Thursday again, obviously, to see where we're at. If need to be, we will scrape it, and we will get it down to frozen. The only problem is with that, it is not going to freeze here on Friday night. So they're talking like 37 for 35 or something like that for a low. So if you bring it down to frozen ground, you create an ice skating rink like normal. So it's just going to be a test and play deal in the next couple of days. But I'm going to do what we can do. If it comes to Friday and there's a little bit of slop on top where it's hard frozen underneath, I think I'm probably going to leave it that way, just so that there's a little bit of grippy on top, and the drivers, they all know what they're coming to. They all know that, the track conditions might not be in their favor, so tire, choice is going to be key in order to get around. It might be a little sloppy, might be a little greasy, might be, a little icy, but it's WinterSLAM. It is the realm of the show. So,
exactly.
Tire choice is going to be key this week, I think.
I think you just bring every set you have and
figure
it out when you get there.
Yeah. Last year when it was 7 degrees, I'm content with the trade.
And don't get me
Jeremy,
wrong,
how
guys,
much?
I'm glad the weather's going to cooperate, and it'll be nice, and the spectators can actually enjoy it, where they're not, having to go into the Johnson Hall and warm up. And hey, we got heated bathrooms this year, just so everybody knows. And along that line, the spectator side of things and the people coming to watch the show, they aren't really involved. They're coming to see a great day, above and beyond the drivers that come and support us every year. Whatever, I think it's going to be a great climate for spectators. The grounds are going to be a little soft. That's all I can say. It is what it is.
Do you have access to several pallets of concrete? We've seen that work before. Just mix some powder in. It'll be fine.
Uh-huh.
Stiffen that. It'll grow right up.
Absolutely. Try to charge it, Josh Tucker.
What's up?
Just charge it to you.
Well, one good thing about it, just to touch base on the track is fully cement berms all the way around, so we won't have the pile, the sand piles and the snow for drivers to get up on this year. The only thing is with the trucks, you're going to have a little bit more of a bumper height issue. So if they get up on there, we're going to do, if you get pushed up on there like normal, we're going to pull you off. If you drive up on there yourself and it was self-inflicted, just like normal, that's where you're going to sit because you did it to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yep. That's the way it's been every time we've been out there. We've been out there for several years now.
Is this our 4th year?
More.
I just don't think, in Demolition Derby, not every track is the same. Not every track is the best. And so just, for the last 5 years we've been in Garden City, which, don't get me wrong, Garden City's been a phenomenal place to hold this event. Now with the new venue, the track is in a lot better shape. The walls, the grandstand, there's grandstands on both sides of the track. We ordered extra grandstands for everybody. We're going to have the heated beverage tent, I should say, on the north side of the track. We extended the track another 80 feet. Everything's really come together. I mean, it's going to be a great show.
Excellent. We fly out Friday. We'll catch up with you late Friday night. We'll be getting into town probably. From Minneapolis to Mankato, it's about an hour, right?
Hour and 20 minutes, I suppose. Hour and a half at most.
An hour.
So we'll probably be there. We'll probably get into town around 11:30, but we'll track you down, and then we'll do the show. Looking forward to announcing and working with the sound crew out there and doing that. We'll have the cameras ready to roll and should have all the bases covered. We're looking forward to it, Jeremy.
Well, I appreciate it, guys, and I can't wait to see you guys. And I'm shutting down the vending side. I got some vendors coming up on Friday evening to try and set up, but I'm shutting down at like 6, 7 o'clock at the latest. So I will be at the meet and greet. We got a little banquet hall on Friday night at the Best Western for everybody that's coming in that we can kind of move everybody into so everybody can kind of mingle and what's going on. So we have that all set up. So I will try to be at the meet and greet and the welcoming committee on Friday night. So hope to see everybody there.
We'll see you then.
That's awesome.
Cool. Jeremy, appreciate you coming on the show. Good luck with everything this week. Keep us posted as things evolve, and wish you the best. We'll see you here in a couple days.
All righty. Have a good night, guys.
See you later, Jeremy. There goes Jeremy Ertman, working with Randy Wislowski on WinterSLAM.
Scheduled for whole packing.
Temperature is a big game changer for builders up there.
That place is,
They
yes, it is.
always used to rely on the frozen mud.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be big. That's interesting.
If you
That
get
place
what
is.
I'm coming
I understand
from.
exactly what you're saying.
We
know exactly what you're saying.
The week after we get back, Josh and Ben take off for Florida.
I can't wait.
Yeah, we're going to do some Miami Vice shit.
Miami Vicing it.
Have you taught Ben how to run the stuff? Because, Josh is...
Because Josh doesn't know. Josh is an idiot.
Josh and I are both
Josh
gonna
is a
learn.
dummy.
Yeah, they're both going to learn. I didn't bring the stuff tonight
You got
because
your
I didn't
Don
think Josh was
Johnson
coming. I got caught
jacket
completely
and
off
all
guard.
that Packed.
Yeah, we're set. It's going to be.
We are totally set. Totally, not even worried.
Are you going to be cruising to the Testarossa?
I already talked about it. Oh my gosh, one of my customers was telling me, remember how I was telling you we could rent like...
Did you want to mention the day or the facility?
Hold on,
that's happening?
Lamborghinis. Okay, it's on the 18th, February 18th, which is in 2 Saturdays from now.
Where is it?
Brooksville, it's called. It's just a little bit south of Tampa area. I've had a lot of Florida people hit me up and say like they wanted to go watch this. It's going to be... It's just, I think they said like half an hour south of Tampa or 20 minutes south of Tampa. It's right in that area.
This is the first time that Josh and Ben have gone on their own with the podcast equipment.
Yeah, there's no fear.
No fear.
I'm not nervous about
look
it
at
at
his
all.
face. Look at my face. No fear.
Ben did well in Caledonia.
Yeah, Ben.
Ben helped out a ton in Caledonia.
I got faith. Josh, on the other hand,
That's what I had
suspect the questionability.
Hey, I know nothing.
We got lots of backup when we go down there.
You'll be all right.
We got backup.
I'm really not that worried about it. If we can get it to get on, the talking side, him and I can handle. We just got to get it to turn on.
Wow. How's that make you feel, Chris?
I threw up.
Check
Just
it.
threw up right over here.
We won't tell them about my plan then.
Nope, you're right.
gonna,
You're right. You know what? Don't tell me about your
No,
plan.
you don't want to hear it. You don't. We'll be all right.
No,
I have
think
faith in us.
It's turning out that's going to be a decent show. A lot of input with it, and a lot
Technical
of
difficulties.
from what I seen.
A lot
Lots of them.
Well, there's guys from all over the place.
Yeah.
You know, it'll be fun to get down there. And
He's trying to grow that part of Florida. I mean,
Yeah.
Florida's not known for derbies.
And that's more what it's about, just so everyone knows at home, is that area has just been pushing and pushing and pushing just to be part of derbies. Yeah, and they're trying to get their county fairs to be more behind it. And this is actually one where the fairground is like, yeah, we got your back, but you better pull through. So it's like one of those that just we're all working together to hopefully we can just help Florida kind of kick off a little bit. They've been doing well every year. They're more and more, and this is their next. And they're planning on this being an annual event, and they want to make it big. Just this year it's starting at a good size, but next year is like they want to start getting drivers from all over the country to come down in a freezing time of the year when everyone's sitting at home.
Everyone wants to go to Florida.
That's it, and they're saying like, well, why don't we make it a time of year? Just everyone come together, we'll smash cars and have a good time. And I was down there; it's a really good time. When it's in the middle of winter here, and you go down there and it's 80 degrees at 11 at night, and you're pulling on the track and you smell the palm trees and it's just I don't know. I enjoyed
and
it.
It sucks. You got to come back.
It sucked coming back.
Yeah.
Definitely. But I mean, some of them tracks is on. I mean, they got asphalt.
Tracks.
Asphalt. Yeah.
It's awesome. Passenger dooring people on asphalt.
Oh,
I mean, their
nothing
heads
like it.
touch the passenger door. It's great. It's a great feeling.
Well, that's going to just about do it. We are about out of time here with the crash course. Wrapping things up here from the FingerLakes1.com studios, at least on the Finger Lakes television side of things. That's going to do it for us. We'll see you right back here again next week. Now, if you're watching online, of course, we're not done yet because we haven't done any of our ads yet. We got to get that stuff in. We told you about NAPA Auto Parts WinterSLAM coming up on February the 11th in St. Peter, Minnesota. What we didn't tell you about yet is Ultimate Derby's Capital City Carnage coming up May 17th and 18th. 10,000 to win.
March.
17th. Ah, man. I'm still thinking I'm all hung up on stirring dirt and everything. March 17th and 18th, Kansas Expo Center in Topeka. Not 10,000 to win limited world class, 9,000, 8,000, 7,000. On down by $1,000 increments for 2/10 for $1,000. $5,000 Mad Dog Award, $60,000 in payout, $200 to enter. Limited weld. I think they got like 3 spots left. It's just
I
about
think
full.
total there was like 2 spots left.
Yeah,
Last I saw.
it's pretty full. Kansas at Ultimate Derby. If you want to try and get in on that, ultimatederby.com. And also Josh and Ben are going to be in action down there at that one. We
Can't
hit
wait.
on what's that?
Can't wait. That one's gonna be great too.
Ben can't wait.
Our 4 months.
You don't know what you're in for.
I don't even care. I hope I get a concussion. I don't even care. I probably will. Knock the front teeth out.
I'm
would
going
be
to be
really-
interesting. I'm going to drink like a 12-pack of Mountain Dew that morning.
No.
Oh my God, you've been off it.
Ben's going off the wagon.
Imagine Ben, like as we pull in, he'd be losing his mind. He'd just be twitching and moving, and you'd be losing your mind. You'd be shifting in there. I can't wait, actually.
Oh,
Ben,
it's
it's completely plausible that you're going to catch him off guard and you're going to be pulling in and idle, and then you're going to stand on it to rev the motor, and you're going to just spin the thing right around and he won't even be ready.
He's gonna make me look dumb. I got a feeling of it. Or people will be saying like, "What the hell are you doing?" What were you
Nah,
doing?
this is going to be fun.
We will have a great time.
If you're going to be able to move, you got a bullseye in your back the size of this room.
Ben and I are gonna make space.
Yep.
That he's going to make space. You're going to hold this
I'm
down.
gonna hold on.
More importantly, how's the politicking going? Because you got to get some.
Good.
teammates.
Rosno hit me up. Rosno's in our class, so we got Rosno.
Booger's
now.
in our class.
Booger. That's pain.
Yeah.
That's not gonna be good.
Booger's just going to back up and hit us halfway across the track and wave and say, "Yeah, how'd you like that
with
one?"
Cordell. I mean, the two of them. I don't care which one's got the pedals or which one's got.
Yeah.
They're gonna be
in a
hurting
Cadillac,
us.
I'm sure.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay away.
Yeah, you and I. That might not be healthy for that Y-framer to get hit by that.
No.
caddy.
No. God, no. But I mean, it is gonna be pretty packed and full in there. But who cares? I
But
mean,
it's just, and that's
Well, the
just-
track's been extended like 40 feet,
Yeah,
right?
it's 40 feet longer, so you'd
It's
be
just
better.
going to be
Remember?
fun.
I can't wait. And I keep busting Ben's balls that he can't drive so hard to scare me. But I hope you do, dude. I hope I get out of that. Like never again. Not doing that
The only
again.
thing you're going to be that's louder than those stacks is going to be Josh. Ah!
Possibly.
Hey, what's one of those 360 cameras cost? Because I think we should.
No, I'm on it already. I'm ready.
He's on it already.
Michael Wise of Wise Media is already going to let us run a 360, so he can immediately download as soon as we're done, and that next day you'll be able to watch it.
I want to hear Josh screaming.
I will be screaming.
We've needed a soundboard for 6 months, but when he gets a new car, all of a sudden the 360 camera completely authorized. Spend that money.
No.
Hey,
I just want to hear Josh cry like a girl.
Oh, you'll be able to hear it.
It's about sales. You'll be able to hear it. You'll be able to hear it. You know, I thought a lot about it. I put some actual brain thought into this, and I don't really know if it's worth putting any brain thought in. I think you just got to go.
No, you just got to go. With
like
the flow.
besides,
Just go have fun.
Some guys are going to.
Because you're not
There's
winning
gonna be
it.
a lot of profanity in that.
Oh my
camera.
gosh! Yeah, you'll be screaming at me. There'll
Because I
be.
talk to people when I'm on the track.
So do
Yeah,
I.
I do too.
Oh, so do I. But some guys will get to practice in their yard.
Yes.
Some guys will actually get to go out and do donuts
We're
and
not
like
gonna be able
point.
to practice.
Nah, you and I are literally just
Listen,
jumping in and.
right out behind either go in inside there where they work on a Blizzard Bash cars, go out behind there. There's a lot of spots.
Oh yeah, we could go back and forth, but there might be guys that got an hour in there already.
Oh yeah.
We're usually there a day early at least.
true.
Go out and unload and.
The only thing I'm nervous about though is like with the passenger, you have to watch the passenger door hit and the
Yes.
driver door, and I know how hard Ben's gonna drive, so I just have to concentrate. Forwards, I'm not worried. I'm worried about going backwards and hitting someone in the passenger door. I don't want to be that guy. That's my only.
Are you planning on hitting with the back end?
No, we're making space with the back end.
Yeah,
Making
we're-
space. All right.
We're just
hit-
making space.
All
We're-
the back end does is
we're
tell you when to throw it
using-
and drive.
Yeah.
We're using all 6 sides.
I thought about telling him to
1,
tuck
2,
it.
3, 4.
Yeah, he thinks he's using the bottom and the top. I thought about having him tuck it, Ben, but I don't think so. I think I'm going to have him weld
Yeah.
that trunk solid. Just
I
so
liked
we're hard as a
how
rock.
the back of your Rosa car was. That was pretty tough in the back.
Yes,
But you can't do all that stuff because you're not building it.
right.
Yeah, but I think they should still
And what's
You
his
wanna
name?
talk?
so it rolls.
Okay.
Your crew chief, the back of his Y-frame was pretty tough too.
Yes. Yeah, the one that you bent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That crew chief?
No,
No,
his other
Jerry's.
crew
No,
chief.
Jerry's.
but I helped him build it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
By helping, he means
Spray painted it.
Did you see on Facebook that Trent has done more building his own cars this year than Josh has in like 10 years?
Yes.
He cut his own hole in the hood.
I'm super proud of the kid.
Hey,
You know, he will not spend. He hasn't even.
I also
turned 12
noticed
yet.
that Josh let Trent borrow his gloves.
Yeah.
My purple ones. You know, it's the kids. He only wants to do like 20 minutes, half an hour. Then he like wants to go back in and play Ark, which is whatever.
Yeah, you don't want to burn them out.
I don't. You want a torch? I taught him how to torch. He torched his own hole. He put his own stack on. I'm proud of him. I mean, how much more you want your 11-year-old to do? You know.
Absolutely.
And he's ready.
Has he said, Dad, I want to bring a chick to watch me run yet?
No,
Think about how different
No.
you are to Trent than what your dad was to you.
night and day. You know, but
You haven't yet threatened to sell his car.
No, and I won't. I'm going to buy him extras. I'll buy him extra cars. He'll come home from school one day. He's going to have like 11. It's like, Dad,
Did
stop
my
buying me
dad?
cars.
Speaking of, did my dad message you the other day?
Yeah.
He told me he was good. Huh?
He did message me. He sends me some good messages. He feels like my dad sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's like, thanks, Dad. That's a nice message you sent me.
it's funny.
Nah. I'm trying to get my kid. I told my kid, though, like, I used to have to go get a job when I was 12. I used to have to throw papers. I used to do paper route and stuff. Maybe not my kid. My kid could possibly start a true derby career at 12 years old. He could make $500, $1,000, $2,000. Think about it. You know, it's like this
Jeremy, you
could
got
be
anything
the
else
start.
to add to this before this spirals out of control?
That's not. You don't want your kid to work for derby for a living.
Well, why not?
That's a great idea.
I'll tell you, my kids last year, they built most of their own cars. And mine, like I said, Kylie threw mine out. She's going to go run probably the same show Trent's going to up there with John. But
John King tonight said that small cars hurt more than big cars.
yeah, they do. I'm telling you, they do. I'm going to put a challenge out to the drivers, though, that are listening and see it on Facebook. A lot of bitching and whining goes on about promoters stepping up and doing the right thing. And I'm here to tell you there's a couple promoters that are doing the right thing right now. You need to get off your ass and build cars and go support those promoters because that's what's it's gonna come down to eventually. You know, the promoters that are getting the cars, you can't raise payouts on nothing, you know. And I found out it's a lot harder doing legwork than what everybody thinks. It ain't just, you know, show up and sign a piece of paper and you're good to go. There's a lot of legwork behind it. And myself, I still, I really didn't want to quit driving. I didn't. I love driving. It's adrenaline rush you'll never, ever, ever match. But I quit and went to promoting to give guys a good show to run at. There's other promoters that are taking steps to make the shows that they currently promote better. You need to get off your ass, go outside in the garage, build a car to the rules, show up, run your car, shake hands, and go home.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Totally.
In a picture-perfect world.
Well, just so you guys know, like behind the scenes, there, all these fairs, all these promoters, things only progress if people are following you. Like a lot of these guys, if no one follows them, then it dies. And I don't know, our derbies seem like they're going in some really good areas. It's getting better in our area, I think, which is what we needed. But we got to support the guys, or then next year we go back to what we had.
Well, you had a group that tried to get together and do a unified set of rules this year.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a group of guys that pissed and moaned and complained because they didn't want to build it on rules, or they wanted to build past some rules. So
but that's
you're
the thing.
damned. You're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't.
You're right, Ben.
So
and the thing is, though, is I don't get around to as many shows locally as I used to. But the shows that I go to, all these guys that want to build these huge rules, well, there is derbies where you can build more of a modified car. But I didn't see those tracks and those promoters getting 40, 50 of those cars.
No,
well, you're gonna see it this year. We did it this year. I just got done with the rules for the local for Waterloo. It's either put up or shut up. I mean, these guys wanted modified shows ever since we had that 1 year ago. They want it. They want it. They want it. So I gave them a set of rules. Here you go.
But it's not what they want. They want their car to be modified, and they want to run against stock cars.
They want to run against stock cars.
Everyone's looking for that. Like, let me find the rules where I can be like the best built, and I'll run against some shit. That's not. It's just the playing field's not going to be like that. Everyone's going to be. You're going to show up, and everyone's going to be right here. It's going to be your driving that's going to separate you. So if you're looking for those shows where you can manipulate. They're falling apart. You're not go to those.
You're not gonna. I mean,
go to some county fair that the fair board's putting a derby on. Those are the ones you're going to get through with your cheated stuff.
Hey,
but I think it's changing.
Everybody likes hitting a square back wagon in the ass once in a while.
They do.
Everybody.
Yes.
But you're going to have to hit it in something equal to that square back wagon. You're not going to hit it in an 03.
I was in Auburn Mall.
DP.
I was at Auburn Mall Friday, and they had a big. Huh?
When's your show?
March. Which one? We got. The mall itself, that's the Finger Lake Speed World event is March 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Move-in is on the 3rd, and then the mall show itself is 4th and 5th. But there was a Fort Hill Cemetery, big display for the history of Fort Hill Cemetery, and they had like a Buick wagon. I don't remember what the model was, but it was like an 87 Buick wagon that had been dressed up like a hearse in this picture. So, I mean, can you imagine that being the last ride? I'll pass.
Yeah.
Like,
put me in a round back or something,
exactly.
please, for God's sake.
Something.
Pickup, it's all good.
Not an 85 Caprice wagon.
Remember that you're saying this, yeah.
Yeah. I said that right to my wife. I said, don't let that happen to me.
Put me in that. That's a hunk of junk.
I mean, the picture was obviously
the
picture was 25 years old. Like, because I know Decker's going to hit the thing that I'm getting towed in.
Absolutely.
He's going to drive right through the back
Buckle
of it.
that thing. See you, Chris.
All right. We covered all?
Yeah, because I'm about ready to throw a terminology out there, and it ain't going to work good.
All right. That's going to oh, man, that makes me nervous. That's going to do it for us here at the FingerLakes1.com studios. We'll see you right back here again next Monday with some results from WinterSLAM, and then a little bit deeper look at the upcoming event down there in Florida with Josh. We'll see y'all next time.
Awesome.
The Crash Course Podcast is brought to you in part by DerbyParts.com. The 2015 Wadena Grand Slam. Boat Lockwood Motorsports and the 2015 Keystone National. Scioppa Racing and ScioppaRacing.com. Ultimate Derby and Blizzard Bash 2015. Demo Derby Masters. Reckless Abandon Derby Apparel at RecklessAbandonGear.com. And Derby Inc. Magazine. Live it, breathe it, be it, Derby Inc. This is the Crash Course Demolition Derby podcast, recorded live at the FingerLakes1.com studios in downtown Seneca Falls, New York.